How much when you are jumping in the drum solo or in the middle of the drum solo, are you trying to get out of your own way? Are you trying to like let it flow and channel it, or are you sort of like super present in choosing? Because I think
Mm.
I think people just feel differently when they're playing drum
Mm-hmm.
solos, but there's also really conflicting advice around these things.
Yeah,
Some people
yeah.
that say like you just got to not think, bro, and then
Right.
some people
Right.
are like thinking hard. I mean, I don't think
Yes.
there's a right path, but like, what's
Yeah.
it like in your head
Yeah.
when you're in there, or what are you trying to do in your head?
Well, it's nice when you can get out of your own way and it just happens. But that doesn't always happen. Like, so you can't depend on that is my experience. Like you need to have a backup plan. Um, and not I don't mean a plan in the sense of like mapping your solo out in advance, but you need to for nights where it's not just happening automatically, you need to have the means of being like, okay, maybe I will consciously choose, okay, we need to bring the energy up. I need to, like, okay, I have option A, B, and C. Okay, let's do the ostinato thing.
Mm-hmm.
That might work. And so the thinking is not like what sticking in my playing. It's more like these like gentle nudges, just kind of directing traffic, like
Mm. Musical decisions.
musical decisions. Yeah, big picture stuff.
Gotcha. Which means that the little picture stuff kind of, your goal is to have it automated, to
Yes.
have it happen automatically. When you
Yes.
go, let's
Uh,
add energy, let's build the volume.
yeah.
You can't also be thinking like, what pattern do I need in order to do that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, and there may be like a moment or something where you're like, for this chop that's like just a little bit, it's like right at the limit of what you can do. You're like, okay, I might need to concentrate a little bit more on like, I always rush the kick drum on that thing or like, watch out for that. But that's like usually just little tiny moments here, not an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, super important to note is that the mindset while executing the thing while improvising is different than the mindset required while practicing. When people give that typical advice, they say, yeah, just don't think, let it flow out. Okay, that's great when it happens, but
But it's
uh,
different in the practice room.
it is different in the practice room because you actually do have to do quite a bit of conscious thinking and deliberate, like working out patterns while you're in the practice room. In other words, the way to get to not thinking on stage is not to go sit in a practice room and not think. Like sitting at the kid and not thinking right now is not going to do much for me in terms of improving me. So that's why I get a bit annoyed sometimes when people just say like, "Yeah, man, don't think." But I get the point of what is meant by that.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
it's also
yeah.
advice for really high level players. Like it's
Yes.
great
Yes.
advice for
Yeah.
you
For
to be
sure.
like, Sean, like
Absolutely.
you want to get to a point where it just flows out. You don't think, but it's
Yes.
really bad advice for beginner intermediate drummers got
Yes.
their first solo at a bar gig coming up or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And for those people, or I think this can happen at any level too. It's like if you're trying something new out, you might need a little bit more of a structure, like go-to
Totally.
things you're gonna play. So
And like you said, like it's not always happening.
yeah, right.
Sometimes you're just in your head.